Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. Here's another update for the Battle of Wagram project. This is a pretty exciting one actually. This is the board really coming together. So as you can probably see here, I hope it comes out in the video. I'll try and move around so you get the light effect here, but I've just poured the resin for the river systems and it looks really cool. It looks really nice. I almost over poured at this section. It's just at the top of the little dam I've made, but it just managed to stay in, so I've not had any leakage, which is good. So I'll kind of run you through what I've done here. I'm trying to remember what it was like last time. I can't remember if I'd undercoated the table or not, but I texture things up. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just talk about the whole process. So it was two 4 foot by 3 foot MDF sheets, some wooden batons around the periphery, glued and then nailed in place. Within that, I cut down some polystyrene foam, not the fancy XPS stuff, literally just this sort of ball polystyrene, so it was pretty messy to cut. I didn't have a hot wire cutter, so I just had to sort of saw it, and it was really, really messy. My garden is just full of white beads at the minute. And then glued that into place, and then did another sheet of foam to go over the entire thing on top of that. So it's essentially a smaller smaller foam sheet within the bounds of the wooden batons, another full foam sheet on top of that, and then I did have some spare foam so I could make the rises and whatnot for the Wagram Plateau and this hill over here. Once I'd done that, just carving things back, carving the river systems, sort of creating more slopes for the hills and yeah, whatnot. So that was that. And then initially I put just a light drywall compound on the board, but it was quite prone to cracking, so I got a more durable compound for plaster repair. I got a really big tub of that and just lathered it over the whole thing, and that worked far better and it dried really, really solid. Once I'd done that, gave it a good 2-3 days to dry, and then painted the whole thing with wall and ceiling paint. So you can see the pot over there, just a mocha brown colour. Painted the whole thing with that, which went on really nice and smooth. Did an initial black coat of fence paint around the table as well, and I did get some overspill with the brown, so I'm going to go back at the very end once I've tidied things up and just line everything up with a nice black coat to make it look really, really smart. Once the brown coat was on the top, let that dry, and I have a really nice pot of Vallejo texture paint for bases, and I just I painted out the roads with a kind of third of an inch brush and just went round and painted on some road systems in accordance to the maps of Wagram. I didn't put every single road in because some of them are really small, but the sort of main ones to the various towns which will go on, put them into place. So that was that. And it was quite good actually, because once I painted out the roads, it nicely segmented the battlefield into lots of sort of small fields, if you like, and that meant actually gluing the flock down and everything was a bit more of an easier prospect, because it broke it up into smaller chunks. So lots of watered down PVA, painted on with a really big brush, and then just flocked with different things. I've got two Woodland Scenics flock bottles there, sprinkle that on, and I've got this sort of blended turf that I've been using from Woodland Scenics that's not in one of the towers, it's just in one of the bags, and sprinkled that on as well. So 3 different flock mixes, which were really nice at creating a sort of graduated effect and sort of variation within the board. Then got a few different mixes of clump foliage, as you can see here, just to simulate trees, and stuck them down with some hot glue. I've got some residue of hot glue down there which I'll need to try and trim away or cover up with some more flock, because it looks a bit messy just now, and it leaves this sort of horrible stringiness behind, so I'll need to try and go back in and get all that once the resin's dry. Yeah, once that was all done, painted the rivers blue and then poured the resin today. So I'm going to give this a good few days to dry. I can see some bubbles coming up now actually. It's probably hard to discern from where you are. Those little kind of white marks you can see on the surface, that's the bubbles coming up. So I've got a heat gun at the ready that I'll just do little passes over the next few hours just to get the sort of initial bubbles that come up. Give that a few days to dry and then take these dams away. I don't know if I discussed this already, but in terms of how I did the dams, it's cut down plastic sheeting from some clamp packs that I got from other miniatures that I purchased. Basically taking them, cutting them down so they go just beyond the sort of periphery of the sculpted river, so back onto the wood. Hot glue at the base just to seal it, and then sellotape and masking tape just to seal it all in. I did do an initial small pour with some Woodland Scenics resin that I had just to try and get more of a seal and see if there was some leakage, which there was. So just went back with some hot glue and just sealed the various points. So there's in total I think 6 of these dams all across the board. So 2 here, 2 here, and 2 up there for the Rustback stream. I'll quickly show you up there as well. So looking nice. Yeah, so it's all coming together. I do have like some scenery that I painted up before, like a couple of churches and houses and stuff, so I'll just do a little sort of down the line view of this so you can see. But it looks really pretty, you know, nice trees and rivers and buildings and stuff, so it'll look fantastic once all the miniatures are down and ready to battle on. So really coming along nicely, and quite proud of it so far actually. I mean, I've never done a terrain project before at all, so this is my first foray into that, and it's been a real success, I think. You know, for a first try, I'm really proud of it. So and I'm looking forward to playing some games on it with my friends. So I'll keep you posted for more progression within the project, and I hope you're all doing well. Take care.